Hey family, we're Bobby and Shira Thompson, and we want to thank you for checking out House Culture.
We're all about helping create a healthy culture in your home. If you're enjoying these videos or you think somebody could benefit, send it to them or give us a follow on our YouTube channel or on the Instagram.
That's right. Today's episode is all about the Benjamins. It's all about the money. So stay tuned, because as soon as this video is over, we're going to give you 5 tips on how to be a millionaire by this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Don't turn it off because you hear money and you want to run, which speaks to money brings a lot of emotions. It can bring anger, it can bring happiness, frustration, doubts, insecurities, securities. It brings out so many emotions in all of us.
The common disagreement in every family is around the issue of money. Mm-hmm. And one of the most, biggest reasons for divorce today is over the issue of money. Mm-hmm. And so if it's such a big deal, we have to be willing to tackle these topics. If we want to create a healthy culture in our homes, we have to be willing to have some tough conversations. And so today, here's what we want to do. We want to give you just a few tips on how to interact and how to have conversations about money. But then also at the end, we want to give you some budgeting tips that have worked for us over the years. And so number one, how can we help each other when it comes to the issue of money in a family, in a relationship?
I think that we need to know what it means to us as a couple. So money can stand for so many different things. Does it mean security? With that security, why? Does it mean we have a success if we have a bunch of money? Are we accomplished? Or freedom? Are we free to go on vacations or buy whatever we want? What does money bring up in yourself and in your spouse?
Yeah. And when we use money, we use it in a way that honors each other's view, because our views are probably different. So, what money does for us probably is very different things. And so making sure that I handle money and view money and use money in a way that honors my spouse is going to help us create these healthy cultures. A part 2 of that is be a team. It's not your money or my money, it's our money.
There's no I in team.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to play with the guy who shoots every time and doesn't think he needs teammates, right?
Ball hog.
Right, or money hog. It's not about who's in control and who's calling all the shots. We got to throw that out the window and understand, if I'm in a relationship, then this is a team, and we got to work together and be a part of a team in order to accomplish our goals.
I think with being a team, it can't be one person. We need to create a plan together. When we first started doing this before our oldest was born, so 13 years ago, it was horrible for me. I hated our Sunday night budget meetings. It was like the worst thing ever. Worse than going to the dentist, okay? But I learned so much in sitting and listening to he's so good at it. So that it's so important that we come up with a plan together.
Yeah. And for some of you right now, looking at your finances, thinking about that is so overwhelming. And let me encourage you, take the time to make a plan. Start with a small plan. But this is an important step that you don't want to miss in getting together with your spouse, so both people understand, here's our goal, here's what we're trying to do, make a plan. And so the last thing when it comes to just having conversations and handling money and doing it with your spouse is be humble. Humble yourself. It's not about, again, who's in control and what I get to buy and what I don't. And you said that the Bible says that for the love of money, keep your lives free from that. Be content with what you have because God's in charge. And so let me encourage you, be humble. Don't look at money as a place of pride, but be humble about it and allow God to work through you together as a team in your plan. So those are just some really, really simple tips on how to have money conversations. But what about budgeting? Some real practical things that we want to give you. And number one is this. This is the easiest step. Go buy Dave Ramsey's book, The Total Money Makeover. Dave, you can send me money later for the commercial. Get this book and dig in, devour it, and create a plan. You don't have to agree with everything Dave says. You don't even have to do every single step. But this book is life-changing. It will help you manage your money in a way that will create health in your home. So go get that book.
I think the next thing after that book, and Dave Ramsey's name was a really not a good name in our house for the first while because of some of the things we did, but start by doing two things in one. Start by giving and saving simultaneously. It is, when we talk about being humble, it is opposite of what some of us want to do, but start giving to your local church. Start giving, even if it's a small amount, and then start saving for those things that when you're caught in a pinch, your kids' birthdays or Christmas or vacation or whatever it is that's important to your family. Start giving, start saving. And Jesus talks in 2 Corinthians about doing it happily, not giving or, oh my goodness, I can't have that because I have to save. Do it with a cheerful heart that we get to give and we get to save.
Absolutely. And we just encourage you, start giving to the church, start loving on people, finding people that you can give to, and just watch how God blesses it. Watch what God does when we are a cheerful giver, when we do the things that He's commanded us to do. So start with giving, start with saving. Number 3, and this one's going to be so tough for some of you, but I really firmly believe this. Say no to credit cards. Say bye-bye to credit cards. Get rid of the debt. Debt brings so much tension and stress into relationships. How do we relieve that tension? How do we relieve that stress? Well, we get the debt out and get the pressure off of us. So many of us are up to our eyeballs in debt, and it could have been helped if we would have just been patient, or if we would have just saved, or if we would have even had a plan, willing to do the plan. And so get rid of those credit cards, cut them up tonight, and allow that to not be a stressor in your home.
I think something that Dave Ramsey says is you own your stuff or your stuff owns you. That is easier for some of us than others. But with that, we do envelopes. Dave talks about that in the book. We do envelopes, we do allowances, and that works for us. We're so different. So what I think is important, that cute thing on clearance at Marshall's or Goodwill or Target, he would rather go buy a meal or go golfing. So we have a designated amount, but we do envelopes. We save ahead of times, and we follow a lot of those principles pretty down the line.
Yeah, and if you want some of those practical tips and just want to learn more about how we do things, we would love to share that with you. Just message us, shoot us an email, houseculturetv@gmail.com, and we love to share that with you and just help you along this path. Our heart through all of these videos is to help you create a healthy culture, and this is a big deal. This is a big topic, and we could just continue talking on and on, but our encouragement to you is be creators this week. Create a healthy culture in your home by start having these conversations. Get your finances in order. Get that stress out. Get that tension out. Relieve some of that pressure by taking some of these real practical steps, and allow God to use you and your family in a mighty way. Our prayer for you, as always, is found in Numbers chapter 6. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord shine His face upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. Thanks so much for being a part of House Culture. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.